Scott, big flat stick fan. He said to me, "You got to see Scruff's shed while you're in Sydney." And I'm like, "Whatever. You're trying to kidnap me. You're trying to fucking kill me. Whatever." However, that might happen, but at least I get to see Scruff's shed, which is fucking amazing. Scruff, man, thanks so much for inviting me here, brother.
All good.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
This is true. First of all, you got the F-150, F100. All right, man. Look, I've never done this, but I've always wanted to do it, and that is race dirt track. Now, you got heaps of dirt track bikes here.
Yeah.
Take us through this one, the
This
Mako.
is a 1968 Mako MX250. Superb handling bike. It's just you riding the pre-75 class or the pre-70 class, and it just out handles everything else. Goes pretty well. It's one thing to get quicker, but
where's Mako from? Is that Italian?
Germany.
Oh, Germany.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They were like, if in the 70s and 80s, if you wanted to win motocross, you just bought a Mako. Like, you weren't going to win if you weren't riding one of them, pretty much. Race vintage mostly because they don't go as quick, so you're less likely to die. It's fun, you know. Like,
man, there's a cool thing about vintage, and that is like the rattles and stuff.
They look cool. They feel real. Like the new ones are all the same. You know?
Yeah. A pig always feels good, you know, on and off the track. Now, mate, these are fucking incredible.
Pretty cool.
I'm not a Harley man. I'm a Trumpy man.
Yeah.
Always wanted a Scrambler.
Cool.
Always wanted a Thruxton or something like that. But this looks like the perfect in between. So what's this beast?
That's basically pretty much like a stock standard 69 TR6C.
And
So that's I just use it for running around roads and stuff mostly. I don't race that one around.
triple piston.
Two pistons.
Oh, just two, yeah.
650. I got 750 barrels I put on it.
Wow.
You can get the Morgo kit and it's pretty easy to fill.
Now, man, you showed me the other side, which looks wild.
Yeah.
Can we have a look at it? I mean, you got to see this.
Look at that. Big barbecue plate. You can stop and cook your sausages on the side of the road if you want to.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's so good, man. And then you got this one, and that you race flat track with this one.
Yeah, so
and
that's
is that the same kind of model or no?
Yeah, that's a 66. They're pretty
66.
similar.
All right, yeah.
So that's got a Trackmaster frame in it, so it's a chromoly frame. It's really light.
Wow.
Well, it's not really light, but for what it is, it's pretty light.
Yeah.
Geometry is perfect for flat track racing, for dirt track racing as well. Really good handling bike.
And dirt track, most of the time are you going on a circular track, or is it like a...
Aussie dirt track's got a dog leg in it. So,
dog leg in it.
So you got a left and a right.
Yeah, right, man.
As well as then you'll have a big speedway corner kind of thing, so you get a bit of both.
Oh, wow.
There's long track as well, which is just round and around and around, but dirt tracks...
And I don't know how you do it, because when I'm on gravel, I am freaking out. Like, and we call it, you know, you've done a lot of trail riding.
Yeah.
We call it the ball bearing corners.
Yeah,
when you get those,
I love them.
you just.
I love them. I was racing Finger, my mate who loves the desert and loves motocross and stuff, and we were doing the prologue, and I was behind this bloke came around me and bumpy and everything on the kayaks, and I saw this bit of flat, and I went, oh, perfect. So I just jumped in there and I slid it sideways to get around and got around him. I was telling him, mate, he's going, I hate flat surfaces, like.
Yeah, man, I freak out. I need the loamy corner. I need bumpy, beautiful. I'm flying into it, you know. Now, mate, look, as much as I love the fucking Trumpies, right? Let's get to my favourites.
Right.
The Japanese. The best bikes.
Yeah.
And man, look here, you've got my favourite bikes. You've got the Yamaha YZs. Yep. What YZs have we got here, brother?
We've got a AE model YZ465.
Yeah.
AE model YZ250.
Oh.
And we've got a AE model YZ125 up there.
Man, that's awesome. You still got the monocross suspension on the back of that one, which is, and man, was now a fucking crazy bike that I always wanted to buy was the IT490.
Yeah.
Did they kind of share the same engine as this, or was that
very similar? Yeah, just different barrel. There's a few other differences, but they're pretty similar. Yeah.
Yeah, and power band on these old bikes rips your arms off, right?
You got to kind of
You got to sit on the tank.
You got to treat them with respect, yeah.
Yeah.
They still handle pretty well as well. This one's
Yeah.
had a bit of money spent on the suspension and stuff, so it's a pretty capable bike on the dirt track.
Yeah,
It'll
right.
probably be reasonably capable in its class on motocross as well.
Drum brakes. Whoa.
Yeah. They're actually, when you're used to them, you get on something with discs and it seems dangerous.
Yeah, it's a smooth stop, the drum brake. Yeah, yeah.
It's just more pressure, you know.
Yeah.
Vintage motocross, I'd probably more like to run the KX or an XR200, you know, because you just hold them wide open the whole time.
Ultimate fucking weapon you got here.
Yeah.
Now what? I'm guessing around 90s?
89.
89 model.
Yeah.
KX 500.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know the power band would still be pretty fierce in this, but probably not as
It's pretty
not
smooth.
As brutal.
It's actually really smooth on the KXs. This
Yeah.
thing's good. It's easy to ride. But if you want more power, it's there to be had. You just got to turn it on a bit more.
The FMF fatty pipe. So you
Yeah.
would race this in vintage motocross a lot, do you, man?
Vintage motocross dirt track.
Yeah.
I did the Fink on that last year as well, the Fink Desert Race. And that was kind of nice to finish that race after a few goes. I did it twice on the 465 before that, and was unsuccessful in actually finishing, but you know, came home and did it again.
I just can't believe, man, that you did the Fink on that thing.
It almost
You know,
seemed silly.
Yeah, you're a moron, but moron I respect,
Yeah.
and very jealous of you being a moron.
That was
you know?
probably about 5 years ago when I did it the first time, and I thought it was a good idea. And,
Yeah.
the second time, I just felt like I had to prove it could be done, but I just kind of proved it couldn't be done. So
Yeah.
I went back on this modern 89 model, and it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, right, man. So, because I thought, like the two-stroke would go good in the Fink, like they used to race them in the Fink.
That was all
but I just
rage,
thought
yeah.
being held wide open for that long might
Yeah.
damage him a bit, or are they okay?
That was kind of back in the day. That's what they did. But
Yeah.
there's so many whoops and stuff now. Like if you're at the pointy end, if you're top 20 or top 30, you're holding it on the whole time. But I'm 50, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I want to live, you know.
Yeah.
So I just cruise along. You're at the start line. You can see everyone's getting a bit nervous, and I started to get a bit nervous too. And then I
Yeah.
thought, I don't have to be nervous. I'm just going to cruise. Like
Yeah,
that's my
yeah.
whole plan. I'm just going to cruise. So I think I came 380th or something like that out
Yeah.
of 379 out of 600 riders. So
Yeah.
there's probably 100 didn't finish as well, but I was happy with that because I just cruised along the whole way.
And to finish,
I was
and-
completely spent at the end. I was
Yeah.
wrecked, but
Yeah.
I almost fell off in the last three corners because I was just completely, done in. But it was a good bike to do it on. Suspension works pretty well. I put steg pegs and a steering stabilizer on it, and just sit on the back guard and turn the throttle.
Man, that is beautiful. And you've kept it so nice.
Yeah.
How many times have you ordered these plastics?
I haven't.
Oh, really?
I bought it a few years ago, pretty much like it is. I've done a few things to it, but
Yeah.
it was pretty well sorted.
Oh, perfect, man. Perfect.
Yeah. In the bathroom.
He's got the fridge here.
Yeah, so
He's got the Jack Daniels in there. He's got the beers. It's really is the dream setup.
Inside, look at that.
Oh, inside barbecue. Oh,
Actually, I could have turned those lights on. These things are good too.
oh yeah, great. So, man, we got two XRs here. What are these? The 200s?
200s, yeah.
Yeah.
83. They're both 83 models, yeah.
I think my brother had a, was it like a 95 or
Yeah.
something like that, 200?
White one?
Yeah, white one.
Still a pretty
Yeah.
good bike, yeah.
Yeah.
I got about 6 of these XR200s. So
You got 6 XR 200s.
I might have 7, I can't remember. And get it to him. And that's my daughter's bike.
Oh,
Mostly
wow.
She races dirt track on that. She races on that or the Mako.
Whoa.
And then I trail ride that and enduro on that as well. It's a
See, man, this is
pretty well set up bike. It's pretty quick.
This is the only plus side of getting old. Is when I used to ride my brother's all this stuff.
Yeah.
Gutless piece of shit.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, give me some more power.
You just don't let the
But
throttle
now that I'm 40, I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
As long as I can just stick it,
Just hold
and
it
it's a
on.
lot of fun, nice and light, and have heaps of fun. Who cares, you know?
Yeah, they don't weigh a lot, so they deal with the terrain and stuff pretty well if you just hold them open.
Also, the only XR that's easy to start, so that's good.
Pretty easy to start, yeah. And that's we always say, XR 200 is a bit like cheating. You get on hill climbs with other blokes on their modern bikes and they're breaking traction and you just cruise past on the XR 200, you know, like.
Man, incredible.
Right.
There's 7 of them.
1, 2,
So,
3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 6, probably 6 of them actually. Yeah.
I do have to ask though, man. Like, of course, if you got the space, but why this many bikes? Do you take them down one at a time, fix them up, or do you just love staring at them? Is it like a
kind of the
sculpture
plan.
thing?
You see them and you think, gee, that's not bad for the money, and you'll get
Yeah.
it and think, oh, I'll do something with that. And invariably, the only thing that happens is the bikes I'm racing next get worked on, and everything else kind of ends up static a bit, you know. But I do get around to them, but I should get around to them quicker. But
That's real.
The final one, when I was young, man, and you told me you had one as well. I had a TT 350.
Yep.
And you've got the TT 600.
Yeah, 83.
Fantastic bike.
83 model, yeah.
It's the only thing missing from because my dad had an XR 600.
Yep.
And they have just the right power to weight ratio, and they're actually nice to ride on the road.
They are.
And I was looking for one, and I had to settle for the XT 600, which is a bit
heavier.
a bit more gutless than the 600.
Oh, yeah.
But I would have loved to have one of these where it's just nice
Yeah.
and light, and then you still got the 600 power.
Oh, TT 600, best bike ever, unless you want to stop or turn.
Man, I nearly bought I got my comedy festival money, and I was like, oh, I've got to pay for a wedding and stuff like that. But I was like, nearly bought this TT 600 Belgata.
Oh yeah.
They look awesome, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if they were the best bike. I had a mate who had one. He was never happy with it.
Never really not happy with it.
Yeah, he always rode TT and XT 600s. And He never.
Man, and the only Harley I like is the XR 750, the Evil Knievel one.
Yep.
And I'm guessing this was brought out to compete with it.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah, it would have been. That's a 76 T140 750. But the style is built on the American flat track style, which is what those XR 750s were for. Yeah.
Far out, man.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Bike.
Scruff, thanks so much, brother.
No worries.
This is a dream. Brett, who also does a podcast, he's gonna blow his load when he sees this. He's gonna fucking go crazy. It's awesome. And how long you been living here for, man?
6 years.
6 years. Yeah, right. So we're like, fuck houses. I've got so many bikes.
Yeah. I was in another place for 8 or 9. I can't remember, for 8 or 9 years before that was twice the size. So I had to downsize when I moved over here 6 years ago. But yeah, I'm not sure how people live in any other way. I can't imagine it.
Nah, man, I couldn't imagine it either. Yeah, I know. Well, until I can, because you've got the Art Deco dining table there, which my partner would love. So
that was my grandparents. It was in their beach house.
Man, yeah. So if I get one of those, maybe I could live in a place like this. You know?
Yeah.
Thanks so much, brother.
No worries.
Thank
All
you,
right,
man.
cool.